Good evening, everyone, and from the Norristown Gymnasium, we've got the finals in the 9th annual holiday basketball tournament sponsored by the Triangle Club of Montgomery County. And tonight, we've got a great matchup. The Norristown Eagles going against the Pioneers of Frankford. Frankford, of course, one of the perennial powerhouses in the public league in Philadelphia. Norristown coming into this game with a 9-0 record, unbeaten this year. And Jeff, we're going to have one heck of a good matchup here. Frankford, the defending champs in the Triangle Club.
That's right. It should be a fine basketball game. Of course, Frankford has lost Rico Washington, their All-America center forward from last year. He's over at Ben Franklin in Philadelphia, but they still got a fine team. Fontel Smith, Guy Thomas,
Rodney Smith, Craig Washington.
Sure.
They've got a good ball team coming in here tonight, though. I think the big thing, we've got two teams with similar styles. Both like to push it up the court very fast, get their running game going, and they love the fast break. And interesting to note that in the pregame comments, Coach John Cresswell of Norristown made mention of the fact that for once, it's his team that's going to have to try to stop the other team from running because he doesn't want to get into that type of offense and get into the running game with Frankford, because in most cases, Frankford has a tendency to blow opponents away. Now, Norristown has a fine running attack, but it could offer a very interesting ball game tonight.
That's right. What I got from the scouting report for Norristown, they're going to go to the low post. They noticed that Bishop Kenrick could go inside against them. Kenrick doesn't have near the height that Norristown does, with the strength inside with Jerome Reinhardt, Darren Queenan, who played, oh, what a fantastic ball game in the opener.
25 points, 13 rebounds, incredible performance.
His gaming career high. They're going to go down low. They're going to try and work the ball inside. They've got the height advantage. I mean, Frankford is a strong ball club. Let's face it, they've got big players. Rodney Smith, Wayne Young down low. But Norristown does have a little bit of height advantage. Jerome Reinhardt, such an experienced player, and Darren Queenan, you couldn't ask for better basketball from him.
Well, you hate to put all the responsibility on one player's shoulders, but I think it's going to come down to how well Dante Woods plays in tonight's ball game. Now, the center for Frankfurt's about 6'3". It's Rodney Smith. Smith is a good outside shooter. He can move inside kind of slow. Dante Woods, we've seen it. He has the quickness, the agility to play down in the low post, but he hasn't played it that well at times this year. He's got to be more aggressive down low offensively. And as we saw in the first game against Upper Moreland, Dante Woods spent the majority of the fourth quarter, except for about a minute and a half, on the bench for Norristown. Norristown went with the 3-forward lineup with Jerome Reinhardt, Darren Queenan, and Darryl Wise going up front for him. And I think it's going to come down to that. Dante Woods has to play a good game because, as you said, Jerome Reinhardt and Darren Queenan can certainly handle themselves, but Woods could be the dominating factor down low because guard-wise, both teams match up very well. Darryl Wise, Chuck Walker, Frank Dobbs, they match up in speed, quickness, and shooting ability, every bit as well as Fontel Smith and Frank Stiles for Frankfurt.
The only thing I see at the guard position is Fontel Smith is a bit stronger, I think, than any of the Norristown guards out there. He's a bigger player, a bigger guard. He's about 6 feet, and he sizes up well in comparison to Norristown size. They've got small guards. They're good, but they're small.
Okay, and also I think another factor in tonight's ball game is the way Frankfurt plays. Most people see a Philadelphia basketball team coming out here, and they immediately think all they can do is play run and gun style basketball, street yards, you know, out on the streets, that type of basketball. But that's not the case here. Frankfurt is a very well-coached team, coached by Vince Miller, one of the finest coaches in Philadelphia and even in the suburban regions. They play a very controlled game. Even though it's a fast break type of offense, they're very wise out there on the court, and they know what they're doing at all times.
That's right. Frank Stiles is the playmaster for the Frankfurt Pioneers Ball Club. He's a very intelligent player. We hear a lot of comments from down on court level when we're sitting right here down by courtside. Stiles controls the game for Frankfurt, and if he's on, they're on.
That's right. We're going to have a fantastic matchup here. As we said, Frankfurt, the defending champion of this 9th annual holiday basketball tournament, sponsored by the Triangle Club. Norristown coming in here unbeaten. One of these teams is going to be a winner tonight, and it's going to be a fantastic ball game. So stay tuned. We're going courtside, pick up all this exciting action. Getting ready for the introduction of the starting lineups. I'm Alan Raleigh along with Jeff Brandon, and this game is being brought to you by the Norristown Area School District. Norristown School District has been kind enough to bring you all these ball games. We'd like to thank the Triangle Club of Montgomery County for staging such a fine event and allowing us to participate and air these ball games too. Frankfurt Pioneers coming into this ball game 6-1. Their head coach Vince Miller. Norristown Eagles coached by John Cresswell coming in 9-0. Frankfurt in Division A of the Public League in Philadelphia. Norristown this year, not in the Suburban 1 League. They are an independent, and every game is crucial because the bids for the state playoffs and the district playoffs only go out to those teams deserving so. And Norristown having a fantastic year, and they're certainly gaining a lot of attention. Norristown in the white uniforms. Frankfurt, of course, in the blue uniforms with red lettering. And there's number 5, Frank Dobbs, starting at point guard for the Eagles. Darren Queenan, number 12, starting in the small forward position. There you've got Darrell Wise, number 15, coming onto the court, the other guard, shooting guard. Number 23, Dante Woods, and then the number 25, Jerome Reinhardt, and the rest of the Norristown Eagles basketball team. Frankford, as we said, the defending champs of this Pup Triangle tournament. Frankford, though, without Rico Washington, their all-star player last year, one of the top players in the nation. He transferred, as Jeff told you, to Ben Franklin. But Frankford's still a very intimidating ball club. Not quite as good as they were, but that's still a pretty good team. Fontel Smith, number 3. Frank Stiles, number 5. Guy Thomas, number 15. Number 33. Let's see, number 33 for Frankford, Wayne Young, and number 35, Rodney Smith. They are the starters for Frankford. Norristown advancing to the finals of this tournament. They defeated Upper Moreland in the first round of this triangle tournament. Frankford demolishing Bishop Kenrick. And Upper Moreland beat Bishop Kenrick earlier tonight. They defeated them for 3rd place in this tournament. So as we said, the starters out there for Norristown, the center, 23, Dante Woods, the forwards, 24, Darren Queenan, or excuse me, 24, Jerome Reinhardt, along with number 12, Darren Queenan in the guards. Number 5, Frank Dobbs, and number 15, Darrell Wise. We're awaiting the Frankford team's appearance on the court. And here they come. Rodney Smith, number 35, going up for the tap against Darren Queenan. Smith has about a 2-inch height advantage here, going at 6'4" to Queenan 6'2". Tap by Smith, captured by Dante Woods. Over to Jerome Reinhardt. Reinhardt over to Wise now. Darrell had 16 points in the opening round win over Upper Moreland. Frank Dobbs, left side and right side of the key, no good, in and out, taken down by Dante Woods. Woods loses control, and we're gonna have, let's see, we're gonna have a foul being called here. Foul being called on number 33, Wayne Young. Wayne Young, a 6'3" senior forward for Frankford. Good inside player, not much of a shooter, Wayne Young is, but he should be giving defensive fits to Jerome Reinhardt tonight. And now the refs have made up their mind that it's gonna be a shooting foul. So Dante Woods will be going to the line for the Eagles. Dante, a 6'7" senior forward for Norristown. He's garnered much attention this year, mentioned in Street and Smith's basketball yearbook as one of the rising stars in Pennsylvania high school basketball. He bounces that one off the back of the rim. Dante breaks the ice. Norristown up 1-0. And there's Frank Stiles, number 5, controlling the offense for Frankford. Nice move to get away from Dobbs. Dobbs taps it away, lost though by Norristown. Young puts it up and in. So Wayne Young gets the first basket for Frankford. 2-1, they're up.
Good play by Dobbs. It's a shame Norristown couldn't come up with the play.
Well, that time you can see Norristown trying to go inside to Dante Woods. He couldn't hold on to it. Ball goes back outside now. Frank Dobbs setting things up at the top of the key. Dobbs down low to baseline. Darrell Wise shot is blocked by Wayne Young.
Darrell Wise, stereo there. Darrell Wise a little bit lax there. He should have put the shot up right away. It wasn't crisp enough, and Young with a good block.
That's unusual because Darrell Wise usually loves those shots and usually hits them from the corner. This time Wise dumps it out back to Woods. Woods around the rim, no good. Ball comes out, Reinhardt recovers it. Reinhardt on the baseline, and I think we're gonna have a foul here, and it's gonna be called on Fontel Smith of Frankford.
It's a good play by Jerome Reinhardt. Jerome knows what he's doing down there. Put the shot up, and he knew he was a tough shot to make, but he knew he was gonna draw the foul there. Not a bad crowd here for this Triangle Tournament ball game.
Very encouraging. The last couple of years, the crowd turnout has kind of been disappointing for the Triangle Tournament, yet we've had some fantastic basketball. And Jerome, second one's off the rim, taken down by Wayne Young. Young gives it over to Stiles. Stiles really chasing Dobbs up the court that time. Dobbs very quick for Norristown. Stiles driving into him, moving to the key now to Smith, to Young, inside to Rodney Smith. Smith, nice layup off the glass time to time. You can see Smith is extremely quick and agile down low for Frankfurt. Dobbs is met, and we're going to have a foul. Foul being called on Fontels, or make that Frank Stiles of Frankfurt. So Frank Dobbs will inbound the ball right in front of us. We'll make that Darrell Wise. Darrell has it, comes back, nice pass over to Darren Queenan. Queenan has it there. Wise, left side, back to Dobbs. Dobbs, open shot, takes it inside though. Dobbs loses, is on the floor, picks it back up again over to Jerome. Jerome Reinhardt, no good, taken down by Darren Queenan. Skies for it, loses control.
Darren Queenan went way up in the air that time for that rebound. It's a shame he didn't come down with it.
Good vertical jump Darren Queenan has. Good rebounder, picking up 13 against Upper Moreland opening game here. And we're going to have a foul. Let's see, it's going to be called on Jerome Reinhardt.
No, it's called on Darren.
On Darren Queenan?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that will be his first personal then. You're right.
Darren may not be as tall as the other guys, but he jumps like he's 7'1". Great player.
He has good sense too when it comes to rebounding. He's able to get good positioning. He generally has a good idea where that ball is going to come bouncing out.
Exactly, yeah. You see Darren Queenan in position most of the time.
Norristown's very lucky. They have two good rebounding forwards in Jerome Reinhardt and Darren Queenan. Takes a lot of pressure off Dante Woods. Guy Thomas hits 1 of 2. Let's see, the ball goes out of bounds. Let's see. And they're going to call it out on Frankfurt, or out on Norristown, on Jerome Reinhardt.
Frankfurt's ball. It was a nice play that time. Threw the ball out of bounds off Jerome Reinhardt. He had nowhere to go with the ball, threw it right into his midsection.
See Frank Stiles motioning for the players to come in tight for Frankfurt. Now they split out. Guy Thomas takes it. Stiles yelling for him to set it up down there on the court. Dobbs meeting Stiles. Over to Smith. Now they go down in the corner, and Smith has it inside, and we're going to have the foul called on Jerome Reinhardt. Well, that wasn't even much of a shove that time by Reinhardt, but it looks like the refs are going to be sticking it to him tonight.
It's going to be a closely called game, which may be the right thing for this kind of a ball game. You can really get wild down there with the rebounding and get some elbows flying. Oh,
and that time Stiles' pass was intended for Smith, but he broke the wrong way and it just rolled out of bounds. So Norristown will get it now on the turnover. Wise has it now. Bounce pass down to Darren Queenan. Queenan back to Dobbs, over to Wise. Wise, 18-footer off the rim, rebounded by Queenan. Queenan puts it up and in. Darren gets his first bucket of the night. Norristown here tied. I know they're down by 1, 5-4. Stiles over to Smith. And there goes Rodney Smith, just laid it up and in that time. Smith left wide open.
Norristown's got to avoid that tonight. Smith had no problem going right in there for that basket.
Wise, Queenan, baseline, and it's good. Queenan hits 2 in a row.
Looks like Darren Queenan likes the role of the offensive player here.
Well, the way he's been playing it, he certainly can do it for Norristown. 4 minutes, 53 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Shot by Young, partially blocked by Jerome Reinhardt. Got a hand on it, but it falls. Wayne Young, 4 points now. Smith and Young with 4 each. Wise getting double teamed. Loses it, picks it up. Nice recovery. Darren Queenan bounce pass to Jerome Reinhardt. Good defensive play that time from Wayne Young. Cut across the court and tapped it out of bounds.
Great hustle that time by Young. Really got on the ball.
Wise will be the trigger man on the inbound play now. Wise to Dobbs, over to Reinhardt. Back to Dobbs. Norristown working it around. They haven't been able to go inside. Wayne Young taps it out of bounds again.
Vince Miller calling for a 3-second violation there. Doesn't get it yet.
And it's tapped away by Rodney Smith. Long lead pass now to Smith, and Smith misses the dunk. Fontel Smith went for the slam and missed it. Jerome Reinhardt's turn here. Baseline up over Smith, no good. Rebounded by Queenan. Queenan off the glass and it falls. And that's the way to turn around the momentum for you. Wayne Young now goes in for the easy layup. Norristown caught with their pants down on the defensive side.
Norristown doesn't get the ball in bounds. They stepped over the line before they got the ball in legally. So this is the kind of ball game we've been looking for. It's 11-8 now, Frankford.
And that's just a case of being too over-aggressive that time. They tried to bring the ball in before taking it out of bounds. Lob pass inside, tapped away from Smith over to Queenan. Darrell Wise, double team now, down in the corner, isn't getting any help. He's finally goes to the ground, still has control of it, and finally we're going to have a call for a jump ball. I don't know, Jeff. I think the refs waited about a couple seconds too long that time to call it.
Well, I'm not sure there. Darrell Wise seems to be having problems. Looks like Frankford's going to him, put the pressure on Darrell Wise when he handles the ball, and it's been effective. Well,
more importantly, Norristown's guards, Dobb and Wise, are getting double teamed coming down the backcourt, and no one's coming back to help him out. Dobbs comes up for the steal, and it's tapped out of bounds, and the ball goes to Norristown.
Right in front of us there, Frank Stiles was pressured well by Dobbs that time. Looked like he might have a little bit of a pushing off, but it's Norristown's ball in any event. Darrell Wise right in front of us.
Norristown has a ball game here tonight. They're trailing 11-8, 3:54 left to go in this first quarter. Inside to Reinhardt, the ball's tapped out of bounds by Stiles. And I'll tell you, the guards for Frankfurt, Stiles and Smith, are just creating havoc down there on the court.
Stiles is a quick player. He knows where the ball is all the time. Dante Woods inside. Shot up and good for Dante.
That's what Norristown wanted to do, go to Woods and exploit him down the middle, and that time he nails it. Woods, 3 points in the ball game. Frankfurt slowing things down, setting up here. Guy Thomas, very good shooter for Frankfurt. Very underrated player. And there he hits it from the baseline. 12-10, Thomas gets his first bucket. Dobbs over to Wise. Darren Queenan swings out now to give Wise and Dobbs some help. Dobbs, Queenan waiting for the ball. Dobbs launches up short. Tap by Reinhardt, no good. Taken down by Smith. Smith over to Guy Thomas. Thomas getting the running game intact now for Frankfurt. Slows it down over to Stiles, back to Thomas. Thomas reached in, foul on Jerome Reinhardt. That's going to be his second personal.
And they need Jerome Reinhardt. 2 personals. We have 2:59 left to go in the first quarter. Boy, don't get Jerome in foul trouble, or there's going to be a big difference in this ball game.
That's right. Jerome Reinhardt has been probably the steadiest player. He, along with Darren Queenan, for the Eagles this year. Thomas being encouraged to shoot by Reinhardt. Jerome playing him tight on defense. Thomas swings it back outside now. Give and goes. Thomas has it. Shot off the rim, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, and Dobbs comes up with it for Norristown. Lob pass now, Jerome Reinhardt. Reinhardt, nice move, goes in for the layup. That time Jerome could have powered right over Stiles, but instead he just went around him. Thomas, the other end now, back to Stiles. Stiles drives in the ball, off Dante Woods. Dobbs comes up with it. To Wise. Wise going in for the layup, off the glass, and it's good. Norristown, 2 quick layups, and they go up for the first time, 14-13, and they've turned this ball game around. Good defense, nice hustle by Norristown.
Great play by Norristown with the quick steals. Frank Dobbs, good hands in there. Jerome Reinhardt, nice play. Darrell Wise, good layup.
Thomas, off the glass, and it's in. He just tapped that one right down. 15-14, Thomas, 5 points in the ball game. Dobbs over to Queenan. Queenan's been swinging out quite a bit tonight. Wise down in the corner, no good. Taken by Smith. Fontel Smith has it. Up to Stiles. Stiles cross court now to Guy Thomas. Thomas thinking of going in, but Jerome Reinhardt blocked his path there. Stiles drives down in the land of the big man, and Queenan blocks Wayne Young's shot, but we're going to have a foul on the play.
Something that I've been noticing so far, Norristown not getting back quickly on defense. They're going to have to watch that. They had the outlet pass last time. Frankfurt didn't see the men. They had 2 men down court with no defenders on them. They start becoming aware of that play, it's going to be trouble for Norristown. Some quick conversions are going to deflate them.
Wayne Young at the line. 2 for 2 from the line tonight, but he misses that one. Wayne with 6 points in the ball game. He, along with Darren Queenan, the top scorers at this point. 0 for 2 for Young, but the rebound taken by Thomas. Thomas puts it up, no good, taken down by Darren Queenan. Queenan gets it over to Darrell Wise now. Norristown down the court. Reinhardt has it baseline. He is fouled by Wayne Young. And that time Reinhardt and Woods were open down low for Norristown.
That's right, good ball awareness there by the Eagles. That last time down the court, Norristown came out smelling like a rose there. They were extremely lucky. Young missing both of those free throws, and then Thomas with the missed follow-up shot.
And that's almost like a giveaway when you don't recover from a missed foul shot on those rebounds. You're just giving the other team that opportunity to get those 2 points again. Reinhardt gets it. 4 points now. 15-all tie. 1:22 left to go in this first quarter. Jerome misses this one, taken by Wayne Young. Stiles, as usual, bringing it up. Stiles and Dobbs are really waging a battle here. We're going to have a foul called on Dobbs. Frank Dobbs claiming that the foul should have been on Stiles, but ref saying none of that. And now we've got a substitution. Phil Bugg, number 14, checking into the ball game, replacing Darren Queenan. Queenan going to the bench with 6 points for Norristown. Jeff, this has been an exciting first quarter of basketball so far.
Yeah, it certainly has. We've seen maybe not exactly what we've expected, but it's been fine basketball, evenly matched, and this is what we've been looking for, a close ball game.
Missed shot by Stiles, taken down by Jerome Reinhardt. Dobbs calls a timeout now. Norristown charged with that timeout. So with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go in this first quarter, we have a 15-all tie ball game.
You might think Norristown coming into this ball game playing a Philadelphia City team, no prayer for Norristown. Not the case. Norristown shapes up very well in this ball game. We've had good play. Frank Dobbs is playing aggressive defense. He and Frank Stiles are almost identical players. Neither of them shoot too much, but they're very aggressive on defense, cause a lot of things to happen.
That's right. Norristown playing a very good game. Coming in here, Norristown is noticed down in the Philadelphia area. Norristown is recognized as being one of the top teams in the suburban area. Norristown matching up very well, as you said tonight, with Frankford. And I think this is a game that really tests Norristown. They're coming into this game 9-0 record. They beat some tough teams, Westchester, Henderson, and a few others. But this game is really, I think, going to be the telling point of what type of Norristown team we're going to have, because they seem to be able to adapt to no matter what type of offense the other team is running, and no matter what type of style of play they have.
If they can win this ball game, come out here with a 10-0 record after this Triangle Club tournament, they're in great shape to take on the second half of the season.
Hey, Coach Cresswell, beginning of the season, said if you can go into the Triangle tournament with maybe 2 losses at the most, you're doing fine. Norristown coming in here undefeated, 9-0.
And of course, looking good for an invitation to District 1 play. We're only 10 games into the season, but every game counts when you're an independent. Down low to Phil Bugg. Phil with the easy layup. Nice pass that time by Norristown.
And Norristown has now switched to the 3-guard offense. Number 10, Chuck Walker, into the ball game. Jerome Reinhardt and Darren Queen are both on the bench for Norristown. So now Norristown's got their quick lineup in there. Wayne Young now with a headband, puts it in.
Put a good move that time on Phil Bugg. Pushed him away. Wound up with an open shot.
That's right. Bugg's going to have to stay tight to that guy. Can't afford to let Young open, and Walker didn't have control of the ball. He should have just stayed on his ground and tried to take that one back in, but he tried to pass it off. Thomas right in front of us now, over to Stiles. Only 24 seconds left to go in this period. And Wayne Young hits it from the baseline, so Wayne Young has been the offensive powerhouse for Frankfurt here tonight. 10 points in this game. Darrell Wise breaking down, 15 seconds left. Wayne, Phil Bugg off the glass. Nice layup by Phil Bugg, 4 points in the game. 10 seconds, 9 seconds now to go in this first quarter. Guy Thomas has it, tries to go inside now to Smith. Smith's ball's knocked away, taken by Dante Woods. And that is the end of the first quarter. And we've got a 19-all ball game. What an exciting first quarter. This has been end-to-end action. Both teams so evenly matched, and we've seen a good ball game.
I'll tell you, the folks who paid to get into this Triangle Club tournament, they're getting their money's worth tonight. They saw a fantastic ball game in the consolation game, Bishop Kenrick playing, and here the Norristown Frankfurt game. All that it was cracked up to be in the papers, etc., in the media. 19-19 after 1 quarter, and I don't think you can ask for better basketball. It wasn't too loud, but it was loud. Louder than it usually is.